The night of February 15th, 2025, will be etched in the memory of Delhi as a night of unimaginable horror. At approximately 9:55 p.m., a wave of humanity surged through New Delhi railway station, transforming the bustling transportation hub into a scene of chaos and despair. The epicenter of the tragedy lay near platforms 12, 13, 14 and 15, where a massive crowd had converged. As panic gripped the throng, a deadly stampede ensued, leaving 18 people dead in its wake. Among the victims were 14 women and 5 minors, highlighting the vulnerability of these groups in crowded spaces. Scores were injured, many critically, as the weight of the crowd crushed those unable to escape its relentless force. The air was thick with the sound of screams and pleas for help as bystanders desperately tried to aid those caught in the human crush. The station, once a symbol of connectivity and movement, became a grim testament to the fragility of life and the devastating consequences of inadequate crowd management. The incident sent shockwaves throughout the nation, prompting outrage, grief, and a collective demand for answers. How could such a tragedy occur in one of India's busiest and most vital transportation hubs? The Delhi railway stampede was not a random act of fate, but a tragedy waiting to happen. A confluence of factors contributed to the deadly crush of bodies, exposing systemic flaws in crowd management and safety protocols. Overcrowding on the platforms was the most glaring issue. Passengers for multiple trains, including the Prayagraj Express, the delayed Swatantrata Senani Express, and the Bhubaneswar Rajdhani Express, converged simultaneously. The sheer volume of people, packed shoulder to shoulder, created a tinderbox-like situation where even a minor disturbance could trigger a catastrophe. Adding fuel to the fire was the sale of 1,500 general tickets per hour. This policy, driven by revenue generation rather than passenger safety, flooded the platforms with even more people, pushing the limits of their capacity. Blocked staircases on platforms 14 and 15 further exacerbated the situation. These staircases, meant to provide alternative exit routes, became death traps as panicked passengers found themselves trapped in bottlenecks with no escape. To compound matters, a sudden announcement about platform changes added to the confusion and panic. This last-minute alteration, combined with reports of some individuals fainting in the heat and crush, tipped the scales from unease to outright terror, leading to the deadly surge that claimed innocent lives. In the immediate aftermath of the tragedy, emergency services rushed to the scene. 4 fire tenders and rescue teams battled through the crowds to reach the injured and deceased. Hospitals across the city, including Lok Nayak Jai Prakash Hospital, were put on high alert as they prepared to receive the influx of casualties. The Delhi police deployed 6 additional companies to control the situation and secure the station. As the scale of the disaster became clear, a wave of anger and grief swept through the nation, prompting a flurry of investigations and political posturing. The Railway Ministry announced a high-level inquiry committee headed by Narsingh Deo, Principal Chief Commercial Manager of Northern Railway, and Pankaj Gangwar, Principal Chief Security Commissioner of Northern Railway. Their mandate was to conduct a thorough investigation into the incident, secure CCTV footage, and gather eyewitness testimonies to determine the sequence of events and identify any lapses in protocol. The Delhi police, under the leadership of Commissioner Sanjay Arora, also launched an inquest proceeding led by a DCP rank officer. Their investigation focused on analyzing CCTV footage and interviewing witnesses to piece together the chain of events that led to the tragedy. Politicians from across the spectrum were quick to react to the incident. The Congress Party demanded the resignation of the railway minister, holding him accountable for the lack of safety measures. Other parties, including the Shiv Sena UBT, CPIM, and AAP, joined the chorus of criticism, highlighting the government's failure to ensure passenger safety. Former Railway Minister Lalu Prasad Yadav added his voice to the growing dissent, calling for accountability and urging the current Railway Minister to take responsibility for the lapses that led to the loss of innocent lives. The Delhi railway stampede serves as a stark reminder of the paramount importance of efficient crowd management in public spaces, It is a tragic testament to the consequences of neglecting safety protocols and prioritizing revenue generation over human life. The incident has exposed systemic flaws in India's railway infrastructure and crowd control mechanisms. The investigation reports, once released, will shed further light on the specific lapses that contributed to the tragedy. However, it is abundantly clear that immediate and comprehensive reforms are needed to prevent such horrors from recurring. The authorities must prioritize passenger safety above all else. This means implementing stricter crowd control measures, particularly during peak hours and festival seasons. Limiting the number of tickets sold based on platform capacity is a crucial step in the right direction. Investing in infrastructure upgrades, including wider platforms, clearly marked exits, and functional escalators and staircases, is also essential. Additionally, real-time crowd monitoring systems and strategically deployed personnel can help identify potential bottlenecks and manage crowds effectively. Public awareness campaigns are vital to educate passengers about safety protocols and encourage responsible behavior in crowded spaces. This includes disseminating information about emergency exits, appropriate conduct during peak hours, and the importance of cooperating with authorities. The Delhi Railway Stampede is a tragedy that should never have happened. It is a wake-up call for the government, railway authorities, and the public alike. We must learn from this devastating incident and work together to create a safer, more secure, and more humane public transportation system. The lives of countless citizens depend on it.